Look at it, another fine
from their HOA.
You're charging hundreds of dollars, and I've even seen $1,000 just to input somebody's name in the HOA system.
$950 per month just for my HOA. Like, I ain't got it. I don't have it.
The woman who is filing a complaint on my 5-year-old, who's also the same woman who sits at the head of the HOA, who does not like my 5-year-old touching a tree. She decided to take legal action.
Hey y'all, in today's video we're going to be discussing HOAs. It's no secret that HOAs is every homeowner's and renter's nightmare. In today's video we're going to be seeing just how far and petty HOA communities can be. Before we get deep into the chaos, first let's talk about why HOA communities even exist. HOAs are homeowner associations were originally created to protect property values. The idea was simple: make sure every house looks nice, lawn is cut, paint color matches, and the neighborhood stays desirable. So in theory, they're supposed to keep things organized. No one wants to live in a neighborhood where it looks like your neighbor is never home, the lawn is never cut, the paint is chipping, the park is nasty, the public pools have pee in it. They're supposed to just make sure everything looks organized. But ultimately, it kind of just feels like a scam. A lot of people think HOA communities are scams because you never know where your money is going. You're getting fines for petty things. And then ultimately, the people that's on the board, they have the ability to make your life a living hell. But on the contrary of that, they can also boost the value of your property. But somewhere in between making things nice and people trying to act like they are the FBI, things got misconstrued. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the worst and the pettiest HOA fees and disputes that I've ever seen.
Our HOA held a private meeting to where they did not let any of the residents attend the Zoom meeting. They just didn't let us in. And in doing so, they unanimously voted on 2 one-time payments of $3,500. So $7,000 of one-time payments were unanimously voted on by the board. No residents, like I said, because they couldn't get in. We couldn't get into the meeting. And to fixes that they were negligent in the first place to not. If you ever buy a home, do not try to avoid HOAs. They're just usually, majorly, just bad. They're just, I want to ruin them.
My question is to the people on the board: what if somebody in this community could not afford that $7,000 fee? What if they couldn't afford that? Oh, I know what happened. You are not exempt from losing your home. You can possibly lose your home because you cannot pay one of these fees. And another thing, I feel like if you're living in an HOA community, some of the people, or at least more than half of the people on the board that's coming up with these rules and regulations, they should live in the community. Who's better to represent the people than the people that live in the community? That's crazy and predatory. And $7,000, are they building a new pool? Are they building a new park? Are they cutting everybody's lawn? Like, where is this $7,000 going to? This is just super predatory. I looked at a comment and somebody said that's illegal. Usually if you can't get into the meeting, do you have a management company? Yes, they are somewhere between brutal and useless. Somebody else said, you guys need to get together and do a lawsuit because this is highly illegal. They have to open those boards meetings to residents of that's what I would assume. Like, I live here, so I should have the opportunity to be on the board. Somebody else said HOAs are necessary evil to maintain property value. Just make sure you are good with the boards. And that's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing that it's a lot of favoritism. And if somebody does not like you, or you happen to have a dispute or argument with somebody in your community and they happen to know somebody on the board, or they're on the board, they can literally get you kicked out of the property and make your life a living hell. So I personally would never live in an HOA community.
If you're looking to buy a home in an HOA, be careful. The seller's just telling me now that the shed they've had for 2 years has been reported by one of the neighbors, and apparently their HOA does not allow it, so they have to take it down. I've had clients that after the inspection is done, as they're about to close, the HOA has told them, we don't accept the vehicle that you have, so either get rid of it or look elsewhere. I personally, when I was looking to buy a home, I was told in most cases, depending on what type of loan you have, you got to pay either between 3 to sometimes 10% of the loan. This HOA, for whatever the reason, wanted 20%. It's like, dude, who are... So be careful when you're going to buy an HOA home.
It's starting to give elitism because who? What? I bought a home in this neighborhood and now you telling me what I can park in my driveway? That is crazy, y'all. And I wish they were lying. I'm reading comments and people have said that they have got denied for a home because they drove a 2010 Honda. This is crazy. Like you would literally think this is a joke, but multiple comments are saying they have dealt with this as well. And then the thing is, what neighbor reported that? Like, I don't even live in a community, y'all, and I'm getting upset. I can only imagine the person that owned the shed. Imagine getting a knock at your door. This shed been here for the past 2-3 years, and because Karen or Billy up the road said he don't like that you got a shed, that you shedding your stuff. No, I can't even speak, y'all. That you are storing your stuff in your shed. You have to pay a fee. You have to pay a fee or get rid of it. This is crazy. This next one right here says she painted her house 3 times and still almost lost it after an HOA took her to court.
How many times?
3 times since 2015.
Wow, I don't think anybody around
Nobody
here.
paints their house that many times.
Shauna says it started shortly after she moved in.
I got a first notification that the side of my house had some fading, and all it said was, you know, I needed to touch up the faded spots. So I did.
Here's video of her son, a contractor, painting her home. Shauna says she sent Trowbridge proof she repainted and thought her issue was resolved.
And then maybe 7 months later, I get served.
She got notice of a lawsuit which said, quote, the home appears to have been partially painted. However, the painting of the home was not ever completed. The paint is badly faded on the sides and rear.
I'm calling, nobody returns my call. I email. Probably the 4th email in, I got somebody that replied back and said, oh, we see that you painted the house, but you need to touch up some more.
Says she was involved in a years-long battle with Trowbridge over her home's exterior paint.
To touch up some more things on the driveway.
Shauna says she repainted the rest of the house and notified Trowbridge.
Some more months went by, I didn't hear anything, and then all of a sudden I start getting all these letters in the mail that say, hey, let us help you with your foreclosure. And I'm like,
what?
Like foreclosure. I call my bank, they're like, nope, we don't have anything. And I'm like, what is it? Can't possibly understand. Find out it's the HOA. They had put a lien on my house.
And you didn't know?
I didn't know anything about it.
This is crazy. The fact that people work so hard to own a house and you can possibly lose your house because they put a lien over it, over some paint, some 1099 paint. This is very, this looks, I don't know, obviously, the color of the people that's on the board, but I can probably guarantee you 99% of those people do not look like her, and this is prejudice. And if y'all do not know, they started HOA communities just to keep people like us, people of color, out of communities. And then once we were able to meet that level and get into these communities, they're like, how can we get them out? Oh, I know how we're going to get them out. We're going to find them. We're going to target them, and we're going to harass them until they move or they lose their house. This is predatory as hell. That's crazy. One of the comments say HOA shouldn't have the ability to foreclose on a home. They shouldn't. Imagine you paid your property taxes. Like, it's bigger things that we have to worry about. You're paying property taxes. You're paying your mortgage. You paid probably thousands to get into the home just for you to lose your home over some paint. It's giving, exactly. Somebody said it's giving racism. She is being targeted. She needs to file a lawsuit. She for sure needs to file a lawsuit. HOA should be outlawed. What a scam. Yeah, this is crazy. This next one says HOA targets these homeowners. Would you live in this HOA community? HOA tried taking their home. Let's watch this.
Fee or threat of one.
Look at it. Another fine.
From their HOA.
Once I see it from them, I go into oblivious rage.
Rosalind Cash is known in the community for caring a lot about her lawn. But no matter how hard she tries, she says the letters still come.
I'm sick and tired of them wasting their 44 cents, I don't know how much stamp it is now, of sending me a letter and telling me I need to cut my grass.
Down the street, LeBron Weems is lost in the letters.
You just get to the point where you just don't want to open these no more, and you're just afraid what you're going to see.
LeBron went to mediation with the HOA in June to fight nearly $15,000 in fines and fees, primarily for hosting a room on Airbnb that hasn't been active for years, according to his account.
Last time I had my account up and posted on Airbnb was September the 21st, 2023.
But from September 2023 to today, the HOAs fined him $150 a week.
It's ridiculous.
Trying for more than a year to get the fines removed, a new violation came.
Shuttles week 522 of $700.
A fine for faded shutters, double the amount of his yearly dues. Then,
one day I checked my Ring doorbell camera. I have the marshals at my front door.
served with a lawsuit from the HOA and a lien on his home.
It's scary. Who can get up and just pay $16,000?
Across the street, Margot Mincy says the same thing happened to her after racking up fees for things like a leaning mailbox from a car hitting it.
They said that I wasn't making payments, but I couldn't. Like, if they wouldn't allow me to.
Similar to other neighbors Atlanta News First Investigates spoke with, Margot says she couldn't log in to pay on the HOA portal, and no one with the management company would return her emails and calls. The company, Century Management, oversees more than 400,000 homeowners in several states. Century's president told us that an HOA...
What in the hell? Her mailbox can't lean? It have to be straight? Y'all got an issue with a person mailbox leaning. All of this honestly seems targeted. This is crazy. Somebody said I would never live in an HOA. Man, I'm right behind you. HOA or KKK? Exactly. HOAs are all Karens. They just targeting black homeowners to get them out, period. This is disgusting. This is crazy. And obviously, if he can't afford to pay $16,000, wait, what was, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so flustered by the leaning mailbox. I don't even know why he was getting, because he put a listing on Airbnb. So you're telling me I'm paying my mortgage and you're telling me I can't have my property listed on Airbnb, a property that I paid for? If he was putting a room on Airbnb, he obviously probably couldn't afford his mortgage. So he was trying to make ends meet. And now you think you're going to find him $150 every week? Now this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm going to actually look for an update on this one because this is absurd.
Listen to me. If you plan on ever buying a home, do not, I repeat, do not ever get a home with an HOA. I am currently getting sued by my HOA. If you don't know what an HOA is, it's a homeowners association. So when you buy a home...
And another thing, y'all, they're suing them with all the fees and the fines that they gave people. Because where is this money coming from? You're suing them with the money that you sued other people and you find other people with.
Like in a community or whatever, they're the people who like take care of things within the neighborhood. If there's amenities, trash sometimes, lawn services and like that type of thing. I first purchased my home.
And the crazy thing is, I'm sure most of the people that live in HOA communities, they probably don't even use these amenities or use any of these shared spaces because they can't trust their neighbors. Like, neighbors are not how neighbors used to be. These neighbors are nosy and unofficial FBI agents, so they probably don't even use these amenities that they're paying for. And the crazy thing is, most HOA communities charge between $200 and $500 on top of you already having to property taxes, mortgage, and lawn care, and just on top of a plethora of other things that you have to pay for. And now you have to pay just because your home happens to be in this community and you don't have any option. I have heard that certain communities offer you to opt out of it, but most times in order for you to even get approved for a house, you have to concur with the HOA guidelines, which is crazy.
Like 5 years ago now, when I first got my home, my HOA started at $200, which was, that's about average. It made sense. My community is very it's real basic, okay? Like there's no gym, there's no security, there's no gate. They do have a pool, but it's like a community pool. It's not one of those cute, nice pools. It's very I don't even want to swim in it. I have not swam in the pool since I've been there. It's rough, okay? Since then, my HOA rate has gone up to $450 per month. Nothing has changed since the $200 per month. It's just gone up. Apparently, they're just allowed to do that with no rhyme or reason. I don't know, inflation, aliens, they can say whatever they want, but the price can just go up.
Imagine thinking I got a fixed mortgage, so I don't have to worry about my mortgage going up. But then inflation happens, and now my escrow went up, my property taxes went up, and now not only having to worry about those things, you have to worry about an HOA fee. Where is this money going? This is crazy.
And you really have no say. Earlier this year, my HOA decided that they need to waterproof the crawl space under the units. This cost us homeowners an additional $500 per month for 7 months. So the $450 plus $500 plus my mortgage. That's like 2 mortgages. So all of a sudden my HOA is now $950 per month. I have all my stuff on auto pay because I ain't trying to remember like where my money gotta go. I'm gonna forget. So when the rate changed, my auto pay just stayed, what I had it set at. So I missed the first couple payments. Then I peeped what was going on and I reached out to my HOA like, yo, I ain't got $950 per month just for my HOA. Like, I ain't got it. I don't have it. And that's crazy. So what do they decide to do? They decide to hire lawyers to basically force me to give them money I don't have. On top of the $950, which I think over the course of like 7 months had totaled up to like $3,500 total. So now on top of that, they're now also charging me for their lawyer fees for the lawyers they hired to sue me. Make it make sense. How, where, in what world does that make sense? Now I owe my HOA $10,000 and I'm just like, hello? I'm trying to negotiate with these people like, yo, I don't have that. Can we just settle for like the actual amount of like the fucking crawl space or whatever? Like I'll figure out that money and just and they're like, no, you need to pay our lawyer fees too. Okay, well, I ain't got it. Like, I literally don't have it. What you want me to do? I live in Atlanta, so I don't know if it's different in other states, but here, baby, in Atlanta, they got free reign. They could just out of nowhere raise your HOA to $950 per month. That's literally another mortgage. Why would you do that? What is the reason? If any of y'all been through something like this or have some advice, maybe know something that I don't know, hey, help me out, okay? Help me out, because they about to lock me up. I don't know what happens when you get sued and you just don't have the money. I don't know what happens. I don't know if I go to jail. I don't know. If anybody else is going through this, has gone through this, let me know. And for everybody else who has not gone through this, if you can avoid it, don't get a house with an HOA, okay?
It is insane. Someone said I would set up a petition to abolish the HOA within communities because they are exploiting the vulnerable communities. If it's not a gated community, then why do they? Exactly. Y'all not gating or guarding anything. So why the hell are they paying? This is extortion at this point, y'all. Definitely take this serious to get an attorney. If you can, the law allows them to foreclose your property as a remedy. I would be sick. I would throw up. And the fact that I'm happy that she said, if you can, a lot of people like to say, get a lawyer, get a lawyer. Lawyers cost. The girl said that she ain't have it. I work out of town and I can't regularly get to management. I've attempted to set up meetings because somebody said y'all need to attend the HOA meetings and respond when they send out notices. That is crazy. And the thing is, this is something that she didn't want. What did they say they was doing? They were putting something underneath the house to clip. They don't want that. They're okay with the underneath their house looking like how it looked. Who needed this? I could see if you were actually improving the communities, but a lot of times it seems like they're targeting certain people, maybe a person that they don't like, or maybe a person of color just to get them out of the community, or maybe even some people, they may want to put a lien on your house so somebody can go and purchase your lien. Somebody could be targeting certain houses because they want to make a profit off of it. This is just crazy. Let's just go to the next one.
It's always this HOA transfer fee. What is that? Basically, you're charging hundreds of dollars, and I've even seen $1,000 just to input somebody's name in the HOA system. What? What are y'all doing? Who's doing that? And how do y'all come up with those prices? Secondly, today I was in a community and this HOA said you could have no more than 6 people in your house. If I'm buying a house, you gonna tell me who can live in my house? Oh no, we ain't doing that. And then what's up with these HOAs charging more than $200 and you have no amenities? You have no dog park, no playground for the kids, no pools, nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. And you're charging $250 and $300 extra a month? Oh, my God. And this same HOA said you cannot own a motorcycle. I mean, if I put my motorcycle in my garage, what do you mean I can't own a motorcycle? Where is that coming from? And then they say you can only have 2 pets, 2 dogs or 1 cat, 1 dog. Hey, I know some dog lovers and some cat lovers. You got a limit on your pets. Let me tell y'all, some of these HOAs need a timeout.
They can tell you how many friends you can have, or how many guests you can have, or how many cars you can have parked, how many pets you can have, and they don't see anything wrong with this. This is crazy. What's the point of being an adult, making it to 18, owning something, and being treated like a child? This is literally crazy. I couldn't do it. I would never. I already know. I know. I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. I would never live in a community that has a home association. I would not do it, because they can literally put a lien on your home and take your home away. This is crazy. Imagine getting sued. You're getting sued and then you lose your home. Somebody said, I sold my house because of HOA fees. When I left, it was $679 and going up. $500 a month in most places in Florida. Okay, that's a little off topic. Somebody said, that seems illegal. Mine is only $300 a year. You are supposed to get to the financial report. You're supposed to get financial reports monthly. I'm on the board for my HOA community for this reason. Look into a HOA, yes, because this is extortion at this point, and this is insane. Okay, let's go to this last story. This last story is what literally ticked me over the edge. I say one of the best for last. This lady said that she got fined and she has to hire a lawyer because somebody said they did not like her son leaning on a tree.
As a Black woman, I am so tired of fighting. But also, as a Black woman, you cannot say that people are being racist unless they call you the N-word. But the words that I will use to demonstrate and describe the story I'm about to tell you is prejudice, abuse of power, and discriminative. My name is Ariel. I busted my ass for the last 5 years to buy a home for my children as a single mother of 5. And there is a woman who is filing a complaint on my 5-year-old, who's also the same woman who sits at the head of the HOA, who does not like my 5-year-old touching a tree, and she decided to take legal action. And this is what I'm doing today to fight it. The place we're going is to the library to kill her with kindness. Thank you so much.
You can either feed it through that machine, or you can.
And if I need to make like 50 copies, that is fine? Or what are you thinking?
Yeah, no more than 100.
Make copies to give to every neighbor.
Shoot an email. You can go to our website again. Type in on the scroll all the way to the bottom till you see the site.
Okay.
You're gonna type in social worker.
Okay, the bottom. Okay, and I'll send her an email. And
yeah, first one will be library social workers. This is legal form
Yeah.
that you'll need for anything. And
Okay.
can I give you the topic about it?
Thank you so much.
So,
that was so hard and embarrassing because everyone can kind of see what you're printing and see that it says lawyer and HOA, but the 2 ladies at the front were so helpful. They helped me with a lot of Orange County resources to lawyers, including family law and HOA lawyers, and they gave me their contact numbers. I'm going to call them on Monday, but now I have all 50 packets of the legal, I guess, suit she's trying to start, a photo of my son in the tree, a photo of my family, and then a photo of everyone else's garbage cans that don't seem to get fines or regulations besides mine in the comparison. This is not to get my neighbors in trouble. This is to just make everyone aware what our HOA money is being spent and used for. And I may lose, but I'm gonna go down fighting, and I have no problem paying my fines and still using my voice to say this is 100% unconstitutional and not right. So no matter how emotionally drained and sad I am, I have to keep going. And there's no better day than Sunday, which is today, to reach people at home. So we're going to go door to door and hand out the papers to everyone in my neighborhood, excluding the HOA lady's house, even though I know I'm going to bump into a few board members along the way because it says that 3 of the board members live in the neighborhood. So we're missing 1, but we're going to hit 2. This is just to put everyone on notice. HOA laws can only be pushed through, fulfilled, and seeking fines as long as they are spread out equally amongst everyone. Maybe if everyone sees that, hey, my garbage can is on that list and I don't get fined, maybe someone will say it's not right to continuously fine the Black single mom that lives in the back.
This is disgusting. Do y'all see how defeated that lady is? I was really interested in this and intrigued, y'all. So I digged a little further and she did sue. So this is the update.
I know everyone is saying to fight, but I can't express to you how tired my soul is. I just want to start by saying that I know that I'm Black. And I know a lot of you are going to say that Black people don't belong in HOA communities. I haven't slept in days. At least not well. Today is October 2nd. 2025, and I have 12 days to respond. If you're new here, my name is Ariel. I bought my first home as a single mother of 5, and my HOA as of today is seeking to start legal action against my 5-year-old for touching a tree and touching a rock. They listed him under Article 7, Section 8 of the HOA and listed him to the neighborhood as a public annoyance and public nuisance to the neighborhood. So maybe call me ignorant or maybe call me naive, but I have never experienced such hatred in isolation over a child in a community. List him as a public annoyance and nuisance when in Article 7 is usually reserved for loud parties, out of control noise complaints, or excessive parking. Not a human, not a child, for touching a tree. The head of my HOA is the only lady who is seeking this complaint. She is the only person who is recording my child every day at his public bus stop. There is no damage to the tree, nor is he on video or record throwing a rock. She does have video of him touching the branches of the tree. She wakes up every morning at 7:30 a.m. with no children, records my child at a public bus stop for Orange County Public Schools from inside her home window. I know everyone is saying to fight, but I hope you all understand how exhausted my soul is. On Sunday, I walked my 5-year-old son to 63 houses. We walked with flowers to 63 houses in my neighborhood to show them the lawsuit that our HOA money is being used to pursue on a 5-year-old and to ask them, A, is my son Owen a public nuisance? B, no, Owen is not a public nuisance. Or C, I do not know who Owen is. So I felt like if the neighborhood was going to list my child as a public nuisance or public annoyance to the area, I might as well ask them as the mother, what did my son do? I don't know how any of this is going to go. So I have a meeting today with my real estate agent to see how much money I would lose, how much I would fall behind if I list my house on the market and just get out. It was so embarrassing walking my child to every door. I'm gonna read my policy, CCRS. I'm going to read the bylaws, the HOA guidelines for my area, how the board works, rules and regulations that you have to use before pursuing legal action against the homeowner. And I'm gonna find out how she is able to do this off of one voice.
Yes, so we went from having HOAs to create order in communities to this. I still think it's stupidity that you can possibly lose your house, have a lien on your house, be fined thousands, sometimes millions, even be jailed over grass, over paint, over trash. Like, it does not make sense to me, y'all. A lot of people feel like HOA communities are there to garnish money from people and they misplace the money. A lot of times they're supposed to say where these funds are being allocated towards, but a lot of communities are not getting that. If you have a community of 50 to 60 houses that's in a homeowners association community and it's not even gated at that, and they're paying each $200 to $300 a month, that's thousands a year. Where is this money going to? What are you guys improving? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And honestly, I think a lot of people are shocked as well. Like, if I didn't see videos like this, I would have never known how much power that they have over your home. A person shouldn't have that much power over your home. You shouldn't be able to put a lien on somebody's house because they did not pay a fine over parking their car on the wrong side of the street, or having trash in their yard. I can't even speak, y'all. Having trash in their lawn. This seems like it's predatory. It's just a way to get money out of people. But that concludes this video. Let me know what y'all thought about it. If you ever ran into any of these issues or know anybody that's dealing with this now. Peace. Mwah. I'll see y'all in my next one.